Tonight, our first moment of Geek for 2011, and this one goes up to 11. Oh, yes.
Very interesting.
Since we started doing Moments of Geek on this show, there's been sort of a quest among our producers to find atypical forms of geekdom. Sure, you know, you want to geek out about astronomy or giant drills 2 stories tall burrowing under living cities, or human systems engineering for landing aircraft on giant moving boats. Sure, science, engineering, systems management, those of us who like to occasionally geek out expect to be able to geek out about stuff like that. But it is perhaps more perfectly geeky to find those among us who get their geek on, who have developed high-level and intricate and even inaccessible levels of knowledge about stuff that isn't usually thought of as the realm of geeks, about stuff that's thought of even as cool. We have found the nest of that. This is not North American waterfowl. This is not first editions of the Green Lantern. This is not the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. This is guitars. Kent Jones reports.
We came to California looking for guitar geeks, and we found one. His name is Deke. I know.
You know that guy who brings his guitar to school every day, draws Stratocasters all over his notebooks, and names his dog Gibson and Fender? Deke Dickerson is the king of that guy.
This is Guitar Geek Heaven. You have come to the place.
For 8 years now, this 6-string Renaissance man has hosted Deke's Guitar Geek Festival in Anaheim, one of the most mind-blowing collections of rock, country, surf, and funk axe wielders ever to blow off English class. For those about to geek, we salute you. Years ago, the man responsible for all this twangy goodness was a 6-year-old kid in Missouri watching Chuck Berry duck walk on TV. That did it.
This is a guitar I made when I was 10 years old in my dad's shop.
You made this?
I did. I grabbed some 2x4s and some blocks of wood, and I made this primitive caveman guitar because I was so obsessed with guitar. But this proves that I am an OGG.
OGG, Original Guitar Geek.
Absolutely.
What's the first thing you actually learned to play?
When I finally got a guitar in my hands, I got it in the first day. I learned Louie Louie.
Oh, great.
Sing it.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. Even though sometimes it felt like it, Deke wasn't the only guitar geek out there.
And that's when I found out that there's actually tons of these guys. It's a huge underground thing. They're all obsessed with guitars, they're guitar geeks, and there was absolutely nobody to unite them.
They were all in their bedrooms.
Exactly.
Is that it?
Deke hoped to pry his geek brethren out of their bedrooms, but most guitar festivals at the time were a bunch of serious, long-haired guys playing 30-minute solos. Bummer, dude.
If you've ever seen any Revenge of the Nerds movie, you
Well,
know
I live it.
You know that the geek will always triumph with his superior intellect and sense of humor, and that is exactly what we're doing here. You know, we've got such a bias in the modern media culture of just what's happening now, what's happening now. It's that whole American Idol way of thinking. And my whole thing is, yeah, I want to have stuff that's current, and we've had punk rock and heavy metal type acts here, but I also want to keep reminding people that the most amazing players were guys that were back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and try to keep that sort of tradition alive and that music alive.
Wow, 1956 Bigsby, look at that. That's incredible. Can we?
No, absolutely
Can we
not.
just-
No.
Really?
No. In fact,
Can we just-
you can't even look at it.
I can't.
No, you can't even look at it. Please, this way.
All right.
We have posted links to all those very cool bands that Kent saw on the Matto blog. In other news, Joe Lieberman is retiring. If you had mixed feelings about that announcement, perhaps you missed the good senator's performance on TV this morning. A reminder of what used to really, really bug you about that guy. Coming up next.